Knowing mirror changes the math. It's not like you're cold calling a stranger. You're just reaching out to a friend to see if there's a spot at the table. In a Hebrew-speaking circle, that kind of directness is usually appreciated, not seen as pushy. Since you know him, here's the most logical way to play this. The mirror plan.
The best potential.
If you're interested in the younger ladies crowd and a change of pace, call Mir now. Hey Mir, Mordecai mentioned he might be coming over tonight. I was wondering if you have room for one more. If he says yes, you secured a spot where you actually have a chair. If Mordecai ends up not going, you still know Mir. You can walk in, say your Shabbat Shaloms, and even if you just listen to the Hebrew more than you speak it, you're in a fresh environment. Why Naomi is still the bottom choice, even though she mentioned it last week, the fact that she invited Mordecai first and then gave you the full, blood-sitting speech is a bit of a social yellow flag. If you go there, you're basically paying for the trip when you're feeling uncomfortable. Why D-Land is the back pocket choice. Daland is your old faithful, you don't even need to stress about it. If Mir says he's full, or if you just don't feel like making the long walk, Dayland is waiting with a guaranteed chair and no drama. Here's my advice. Call Mir. If he says sure, come over. Your decision is made. It's an upgrade to the accredited nature of Dayland and a huge upgrade from the lap seating at Naomi. If the phone call feels like too much, chasing after the Naomi situation, then just head to Dayland with your friend and enjoy the breathing room. Do you feel like you have the energy for that long walk to Mir's? If he says yes, that definitely adds a layer of social bravery to the mix. Calling someone to ask for an invite is one thing, but showing up alone to an Israeli-speaking crowd where you don't know the host, well, can definitely feel a bit daunting. If you're leaning toward Mir Ben-Dror, here is a quick reality check on the awkwardness style, the what-if scenarios. If you call and Mordecai goes, it's an easy win. You have your safety person, you explore a new crowd, and you avoid the cramped lap seating at Naomi. If you call and Mordecai goes, you have to decide if you're in the mood to be the brave guest. The Israeli culture, hospitality, it feels to be very open, so Mir likely won't think it's weird. But you might feel like you're working hard to keep up with the conversation. The invite call. Since it's already Friday afternoon, a quick, casual call is best. You could say, hey, Mordecai mentioned he might be headed your way. I'd love to join if you still have room at the table. That puts the ball in his court without making it high pressure. Why you might hesitate if the idea of calling Mir and potentially walking there alone makes your stomach do a little flip. That's your intuition telling you it make me head work and rest. On the other hand, if the thought of D-Ren makes you feel a bit bored or stuck, the awkward phone call might be worth the risk for a fresh experience. Here's the tiebreaker. If Mordecai decides in the next hour that he's definitely going to Mir's, make the call. If he's still wavering and you don't feel like being the pioneer tonight, Dayland is your sanctuary. Don't let Naomi's lap seating even be a backup. You deserve a chair. Does Mordecai usually make up his mind quickly, or is he going to leave you hanging until the last minute? It sounds like you're weighing social quality against physical comfort, and that's a classic Friday night dilemma. Let's break down your three options to see which one actually leaves you feeling refreshed rather than persuaded. One, Naomi's house. The squeeze. The vibe, high energy, but potentially stressful. The reality check. You had to call her to get the invite. And she's already warned you about the space eating on your lap, and a crowded room can feel more like an endurance test than a meal. That's right. If you're already feeling a bit slighted that she didn't reach out first, being cramped might just make that resentment grow. Skip this one unless you're dying to see someone specific there. Tumir bin drawer, the wild card. New Hebrew speaking and a bit of a hype. You mentioned the potential for a different and perhaps younger. If you're looking to break out of a social rut or practice your Hebrew, this is the high reward choice. It's a further walk, which is a Kenichi Walter being the one can invite yourself. Hey, a Mordecai takes a bit of self-awareness. Go here if you have the physical energy for the walk and the mental energy to navigate a different language. It's the best investment for meeting new people. 3D land.